Let's roll the die before we forget.
You do it. I'm sick of this.
You're sick of it?
Because there's something wrong with that die.
Okay, your turn. What you gonna do, Jennifer?
Well, I have a movement token that I got last turn.
Right.
I have 10.
You buy the support token.
I'll buy the
and then all
support
you gotta
token.
focus on is 10 sleeves. Well, 6 sleeves. Get it free.
Okay. So, boom. Thanks for helping purchase support tokens.
Yeah, well, you're the one who hogs all the money every game, and then you could blame that
No,
on
your
support
sister
bonus.
does.
I'm
Your
worried
sister
about
usually hogs the money.
getting slaves. She played with us once.
That was enough to hog the money.
I'm usually worried about getting slaves out of the plantation.
I am too in the beginning when I'm fundraising.
So what do I want to do here, Jen? I got enough to buy 2. If I buy one of these each, or I can just buy one.
Well, there's not one there for you to buy. Oh, you could buy 2 of the same.
No, I can buy this one and this one.
Oh, yeah.
Or I can just buy one from here. What do you think? I'll get one and one, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so that's $6, or $5 rather. Leaves me with $1. You're up. What you gonna do, Jennifer? What you gonna do?
I'm gonna move some people.
That would help. Right in the cabinet.
1.
Watch the orange. Yeah, you can do that. That won't affect us. 2. We do have to pull some out unless we get all of them this round.
No, because we still have to survive the end of the round.
So we need 6 out of the plantations.
So that's 2. 3. 4. Okay. So that was this.
Okay.
And then I can move 2. 1. 2. Okay. I'm gonna use my one-time card, which I can move 5, and I can split the 5 up however I like.
So
I can move 1, 5, 1, 3, whatever.
She can either move 1 slave 5 spaces or split them up, however she wishes to, as long as it's 5 spaces.
Right. So I get 5 spaces, not 5 dudes. So here we go. 1, 2. 3. 4. 5. So I'll flip the card over.
Okay. My turn.
Oh wait, can I buy a card?
Yes, you can.
I can move 3 guys. Or Canada? What's a Canada?
This one you can move 3 guys and buy a token at full price. Canada is you can move 2 slaves from a single northern city directly to Canada.
Think I should do that one?
Okay.
I mean, which one do you? Because I can afford both. You can't afford your
Right
one.
now I can't afford. I can afford this one. I can't afford this one.
So which one would you like me? You want me to spend 3?
How many's in Canada? How many away do we need?
We need 4.
So this will give us 2. I was going to use his one-time ability to get rid of this card.
Okay.
Or should I do this card? Which one's worse? This one will discard the 2 top. These 2 tokens. Discard from the game.
I think the other one is the one to get rid of because the slave catchers. Yeah.
Okay.
Because that one, whatever, but that one, yeah. So I think you should go with the first one, and then
well, if you want to move 3 more, I mean,
how many do we need to get out of the?
We need to get 6.
1, 2. We would lose 4. Okay, as is right now.
we'd win the game.
We
If we
would
got
win the
4
game.
more out. And we're going to get 2 with this, and then I can move 2.
Okay, so I'll buy the that guy card.
Okay.
The William still, right? And then that moves 2 guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just take these 2 guys.
Okay.
I mean, what kind of movement? Oh, you got a 2-2.
And a 3-1.
These guys are actually 3 away. So I'm going to take them from this city. Because these guys are 3 away, that city's only 2 away.
Okay.
Okay? Alright. So it's your turn.
Alright, so I am going to... I gotta find a book somewhere.
Up there.
Then I'll move the yellow one over.
Yeah, which is fine.
Okay.
So.
Alright, move him 1.
I thought you were buying that card.
What?
That's free.
What card? This one?
No, that Fugitive Slave Act. No.
No, I wanted this card. That's my one-time.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
1. So I'm using this one, which is 3 slave 1. 1.
Well, you already moved this one. You can move this.
Well, I'm going to get 2 more out here with the 2. So I need to figure out where I want to move the 1s at. Okay, yeah, move them to freedom 2. Yeah. 3. Let's get that one. Then I'm going to do this token, which will move 2 slaves, 2 spaces.
You don't really need to
1,
get
2.
guys out of there because we're only going to lose 4 guys. We're not going to lose. So.
I want to make sure. 1, 2. Move around it. 1, 2. Move one of them from New York. Oh, no, that was 2 of them.
Yeah, that was 2.
Then I was going to buy this. That's what the last thing. I want this card.
That with
This
your
with
card
my special
ability.
ability, and that doesn't trigger it. So that's with this guy. And then I was going to buy this card here, Cooper Union Speech, which allows me to move 3 slaves, 1 movement. So 1, 2, doesn't matter. 3. Okay. So we now fulfilled the requirements to win the game. All we got to do is
We got to go through
end the
this
turn.
phase.
Yes. So
1, 2, 1. So we lose 3.
3. And we lose 3 slaves.
So we would have 15 here. We have 12 here. We have all support tokens. We actually won.
We won the game. So that was Freedom the Underground Railroad. Thanks for watching. Please come back for our final thoughts. Jen is now going to screw up my logo, and here we go.
Get gaming and have fun.
Thanks for watching. See you next time. Hey folks, today we did Freedom the Underground Railroad. Okay, now Jen and I did our final thoughts on this, but off camera before we even filmed this, like the 3rd time we played it, I asked Jen, how do you feel about the game? And she said, there's something bugging me about it, I just don't know what it is, She said it's an alright game, but it's not her favorite. And later on, we were discussing it afterwards, after I actually started editing this, and I noticed that there was a pretty somber mood while we were playing. Like, normally we're joking around, stuff like that, picking on each other. This game, it just didn't happen. The one you've seen, and thinking back, other games is the same way, and I don't know if that's due to the theme of the game or not. Mechanically, it's a pretty good game. It's I played co-ops that are harder and a lot and easier, but mechanically, this is a pretty decent game, like I said. So, I was talking to her about that, and she agreed. Maybe that is it. She just the theme kind of brings her down. She doesn't have as much fun with the theme, and naturally, it's it's kind of an awkward theme for us Americans, especially us white Americans. But for me, the game is immersive. You feel like you have to hurry up and rush these slaves to Canada, to freedom, and the cubes start becoming people, at least in my mind. Other people may feel different. You're trying to avoid them being caught by these slave catchers, stuff like that. So for me, it is a pretty immersive game, and maybe that is a little off-putting to us because of that. So that I just want to conclude with that, because we hit on the theme of the game a little bit, but not a lot. And I think we should have extended it a little bit more. We were tired, though. The game took about 2 hours or so. But like I said, it is an immersive game for me anyway. Trying to get the slaves to freedom and all that, and it ramps up. Like in the beginning, it's a little slow, but the tension ramps up throughout the game, which most co-ops do, and this one does pretty well. But Jen and I did do our final thoughts on it, and here's what we had to say now.
What are your final thoughts on Freedom, the Underground Railroad?
Sorry.
It's alright. Not your favorite?
No, I think I like 1775 better. I like that you learn stuff.
No, they're a different game. I mean, 1775 is a war game. This is a co-op game. You're a little different.
I guess I like killing people better than saving them.
Yeah, that's probably. So let's get the theme out of the way. I know there's been a lot of controversy on the theme. How do you think the theme handles? I think it's respectable.
What do you think? Like, you mean like race, dealing with racism and stuff,
and slavery in general at the time? Yeah.
I think it's an educational game. I don't think it puts it. I mean, it's not a bad game. It's a reality. It happened.
Yeah.
It's history. I don't.
I think it handles the subject with a lot of respect.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, there's a lot of interesting facts on the cards.
Yes.
They're based on real people that helped and hindered, because there are
the opposition
cards.
Yeah, it did, and it doesn't really focus on slavery as much as people may have think. I mean, slavery is a part of the game, but it's more focused on the abolitionist movement.
Yeah, ending slavery, not
than the actual slavery itself. I mean, there are slave markets which represent slaves being bought and placed in these plantations and stuff like that. But like I said, I think it handled the subject fairly respectable.
Well, yeah, it's history. If you don't learn from it, you're doomed to repeat it. So
yes. Unfortunately, slavery was something that did happen in America. Yes. But I mean, it not to take away from it in any sense, but it's happened in many nations across the world in many time frames.
No, I mean, I like Academy game. I mean, we have two. I'm sure there are others, but
there are, and I'm actually looking to buy a few more. I do like the company. The boards are huge.
Yeah, the board is huge.
I do like the layout of the board, though. I like
the components are nice.
Yeah. The cards are a little flimsy. I think they're bending, they're cupping.
I like it that they're kind of like sneaking education into a game. I like that aspect of it. If you're playing with younger people, they're learning and they're not real. They're learning, but it's a fun way.
Yeah, I think this would be.
I don't know what the ages are on this game.
I don't either.
I don't even think it has.
It's on the bottom. Let me see. I think this.
13 plus. 13 I think somebody younger though could handle it.
I think it's just because of the subject matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this along with 1775 would be great educational tools. And from what I understand, a lot of other games from Academy Games are the same way. Like I said, I'm looking to buy others, which I'm veering off the subject a little bit, but I was looking at 1812, which was the original. It was the
War of 1812.
the pre-game to 1775.
You know when that war was?
Yeah. That's a little different, the mechanics and all. They say this one's better than the other one in some respects, but I get off the subject. And there's a few other ones. There's one about the 2nd Airborne that I'm looking to get.
Okay.
It's not out yet, though. But as far as the components, I like the setup of the board, even though it is huge.
It is huge.
I like that the one section looks like a newspaper, sort of, where you got the tokens and all that, yeah. And then the map on the other side, you know. Yeah. I like the old-timey maps, although that's not...
No, but really, it's set up well, the map, and the whole board is, but again, it's huge.
They are huge. As I said, the cards, I think, and this is even with 1775, they're a little flimsy, I think, but...
They're not the cheapest, though. I mean, we've had flimsier cards.
I'm sure if I put some weight on the cards, it would straighten them out, you know.
Sleeves?
Again, as with 1775, the setup on this is a bit of a bear. You know, it's not as bad as the 1775, but it is a bit of a bear. It's, I think it's an interesting game. It's a puzzle. It's basically what it is. And, you know, you got to worry if I move this slave here, how will it affect other slaves with slave catchers? And, you know, and then you got that random slave catcher movement in the first part of the turn. You know, and it's a balancing act between pulling slaves out of the plantations to get them, you know, on spots in the south, and then, you know, trying to get up north to get money if you ever get a chance if you're not playing Virginia, and then eventually getting them to freedom. So it's a balancing act there.
Never give them one your credit card.
I do like, you know, I think it's a fun, interesting game, you know. It's not real dry like some history is. It does give you historical background in the card, but. And speaking of that, I did screw up a little bit on the setup of that. On the first error, I put in too many opposition cards. It didn't affect the play any, but there should only have been 3 instead of 4. I don't know why, but I put 4 in there. Again, it didn't affect us in any way. It didn't affect the game in any way. And like, you know, them opposition cards, you know, they're kind of a pain in the butt at times.
A little bit.
Trying to figure stuff out.
I think we did pretty good. We were close to losing.
Yeah, we were. A lot closer than the last game we played with Amanda. Now, we did play this wrong for the first 3 games.
With the cards, the abolitionist card.
Yeah, we, when you select, you know, buy so many support tokens, depending on the period, you're supposed to stop the game there, discard that period's abolitionist cards, and then start from the new period. And I just simply forgot this the first couple games, and it made the game a lot harder.
Yeah, Jen didn't like that game.
Yes. And I think it scales well, the game, from 2, 3, and 4 players. I haven't played a solo yet. Well, no, I did the first game, but I played it as 2 players instead of a solo game. And we played it with 3 players. I mean, I think it scales pretty well. It adds more abolitionist cards and also more slave market cards, which vary with more slave being sold to the plantations. Like in a 2-player game, the most we had was 7, I believe, or 6.
7 what?
Slaves in the slave market cards. I think it was 7.
Yeah.
I think it goes up to 9 in a 4-player game, you know, and then up to 8 in a 3-player game, if I remember right. And then, like I said, there's more abolitionist cards, and there's also more opposition cards. Added to the abolitionist cards. So, like I said, I do think it scales pretty well. We only played it again with 3 players, so I don't know how it works with 4 yet. We'll see. What do you think about the length of the game?
It on the box it says 1 to 2 hours. I think it's closer to 2.
Do you think it drags or?
No, it was alright. It did when we were playing the cards wrong.
Yeah.
And I didn't really enjoy that. Once we played the cards right, it's gotten better.
Yeah. Maybe next time we'll flip it over to the challenging side. Nah. And that's another thing I forgot. It makes it a little more challenging. Depending on which side you can play it. You could also make it easier by not filling the central plantation with them 4 slaves there. And there was a couple different ways you could actually do it with points if you wanted to. There's a bunch of other alternative ways to play in the rule book. We've never not played any of them, just played the way we.
Well, I think we should understand.
Yeah.
One before you move on to alternatives.
Yeah. So.
What do you think of the artwork, Barry?
I like the artwork. I mean, it's
artwork.
It's not the best, but it's not the worst. I mean,
no, on the cards, there's actually pictures of the actual people when they have them.
Yeah.
So, I'm a little disappointed they don't have the Abe Lincoln, vampire killer card, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep bothering you about that.
Yes, I know. You set it up until we did this, and I'm sure you'll say it next time we play it.
Oh yeah, stick with it.
Yes, I know.
Get it in your head.
Yes. So, is there anything else you can think of about Freedom, the Underground Railroad?
No.
Huh? That's it?
It's great. Loved it. Go out and get it. Right before it's sold out. No, it's alright. I'm just kidding.
That may, did win the Dice Tower Award.
It did.
Couple, yes.
Oh wow, Dice Tower Award.
Academy Games is a smaller company. They kickstarted. I believe they kickstarted this one. If I remember right. I know they did 1775. I believe they did this one. They don't kickstart all of our games, but some of them they do.
Well, like I said, I've only played 2, but I've liked what I've played.
Yeah.
I mean, I do enjoy 1775 better than this.
Yeah, but this has been a success for them, I believe. So like I said, they got smaller print runs and all. That's what I was trying to get at. If this is something they're interested in, I'd advise you to get it soon before the print runs out. I don't know if they plan on reprinting or not. So that's pretty much it. Something to enjoy. Go out and get it. Play with your game group, whatever. Is that it?
Get game and have fun with Mike Wazowski?
No, Mike Wazowski.
No, Mike Wazowski. Don't hit Mike Wazowski.
Get game and have fun. Thanks for watching. See you next time.